It makes sense that fear weighs too much on our bodies when we live with fear, when we don't have enough emotional support from someone to help us overcome that fear, when we have an experience that frightens us to the core, being trapped in it, our body, when our lives are rocked by tragedy and when a life-changing event suddenly shakes our sense of stability. We must learn how to provide deep emotional support, security, love, empathy, and validation to our bodies that have endured so much pain and discomfort. We must learn to take care of our needs and meet our needs. Emotions must be seen, felt and heard. If we haven't learned how to do it, how to control our emotions and really be there, we'll be pushed into the part of our brain where everything feels overwhelming and urgent. This is the part of our brain that uses the primary method of managing emotions, intended for use in emergencies and when our very survival is threatened, but overused to evoke uncomfortable emotions. And neither of those survival reactions worked for me. When we are in our survival reactivity, we can feel cursed and trapped. We may think we have no choice. We can feel the icy red mist of anger or panic. We can go into overdrive by doing too much, or sometimes we slow down and shut down. Everything seems too much. We don't know how to handle this part of our brain, so we spend our entire lives trying to control our fears, hoping they don't lift our heads and push us to the brink. Here's how to learn to take care of yourself and meet your needs in a way we've probably never done before. 1. Practice breathing. My first piece of advice is an exercise to do when you feel like you've slipped into survival mode after doing too much when you're overwhelmed or stuck. This is an exercise called breath control. The goal is to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, where you can rest and understand fear. This trick is very simple to do. Inhale short, fast, and exhale slowly. Then repeat this method until you move away from the deep fear. 2. Curious why the fear is here. Fear doesn't just appear today. If the fear seems overwhelming, there must be a story for you to follow. And if you know that history, you can estimate how you feel about it. 3. Ask your fear what it needs. An uncomfortable emotion like fear is an expression of a need that may not be met throughout your life. Needs such as clarity, structure, calm or consistency. When you can learn to really connect with your emotions and hear what they have to say to you, you can begin to meet those needs. 4. Offer empathy and validation. Get support for validation and empathy, which are very nourishing. Fear is a normal emotion that manifests itself as a physical reaction in the body as we learn to deal with emotions, or because of the limited support we have received with great and difficult experiences. If you recognize this, you can start not judging your reaction. You can say to yourself, "It makes sense that you look like that. That's great, I'll always be with you. I'll help you." You can give yourself the same tender confirmation and empathy you would offer someone you truly love. You can treat yourself as someone who deserves to be enveloped in beautiful and loving empathy. By satisfying the needs expressed by your emotions, you begin to change your relationship with the emotions you find most uncomfortable. When we try to fix it, we often end up being more confused, tired, more overwhelmed, and sometimes more traumatized than if we were really careful about taking care of ourselves. By giving ourselves the empathy that our emotions crave, we create a much deeper, more loving, and trusting relationship with ourselves. If we know how to support ourselves emotionally, we can learn to support others emotionally.